this was wild. This is absolutely wild. Bernard wants this hard drive fixed. Clearly not a hardware guy.
I have something that is fragmented, and I need you to reconstruct it. You recognize it? This is the hard drive that Juliet Nichols showed you.
No, this thing is trash. There's no
It's
chance.
trashed.
Absolutely destroyed. Okay, let me justify why it's trashed. So hard drives with these platters and their magnetic read heads, they spin at 5,400 RPM, maybe 7,200,000 RPM, 7,200 RPM, and at 3 nanometers. This is how close this magnetic read head needs to absolutely just skim across the surface of this platter. This platter has a bunch of magnetic domains. You induce a current. You read it on the magnetic read head. 3 nanometers. Okay, what is a 3 nanometer? I don't think a lot of people live in this space. So a human hair, a hair's breadth is 17 micrometers to 181 micrometers. Let's maybe average this out to 100 micrometers. So 100 micrometers in comparison to 3 nanometers. Let's just do some division. So let's round it up to 10, nice round number, divided by 100 times 1,000 to get from micrometers to nanometers. Yeah, what's up?
So 100,000 nanometers is 1 micrometer, or is that 100 micrometers?
100 micrometers, exactly.
100. I see. So this is.
Yes.
So we're doing like 10 nanometers is roughly the distance between the read head and the disk, over the width of a human hair.
Right. I want to get
right?
that comparison. I want to get comparison. I want to get that comparison. I want to see that aspect ratio of how close this thing needs to be compared to something that's more commonly like measurable. Your hair. Okay. So this ratio, 10 nanometers to 100,000 nanometers, this is like 1 foot for 2 miles. This is like 30 centimeters for 3 kilometers. Like imagine if you had a car that was 2 miles long and you're like, back it up into the driveway, get it to within that 1 foot of the house. Like that, this is the aspect ratio that we're talking about. And just no way, like no way can you control something that long to that close precision. Okay. But this is still not even the right comparison. Like I chose a human hair. And this magnetic read head, this is much larger than a human hair. So why am I going with this? I'm saying that no way does Lucas have the ability to control his macro scale tools to get this read head rebuilt into the hard drive to be 3 nanometers distance. Like no way is this pile of junk. Like no way. And Bernard just fix this.
Even looking at the disk itself, I'm assuming that circular piece there, maybe the disk with data on it, it's all beat up, scratched,
dinged and scratched and corroded. No way.
There's no way he would ever be able to reassemble the hard drive with any precision at all that would be able to turn it on and read it. No way. I mean, there's absolutely no way. 3 nanometers. I didn't know about those ratios. That is insane. There's just no way. It's beat to shit.
So I don't know how corroded this is, but definitely if there was like a hole, like just drilled straight into it, then you can't spin this thing ever again. Because you spin this thing at 5,000 RPM, 7,000 RPM. If there's a hole in the side, then that thing's going to be so unstable, so wobbly, it just rip itself apart. And so that's why it's recommended if you really want to destroy your hard drives, like just drill a hole through it. That being said, maybe, I don't know if this thing has the structural integrity to stay together if it needs to spin. But now we're freestyling here. But maybe Lucas can get the data off without spinning it. Like this is stationary, and then he moves the read head over on top of it.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like, let's say you have a hard drive in the modern world. So we're not talking about future tech. Let's say there's a hard drive in the modern world that's been smashed.
Okay.
And on that hard drive is critical national security information.
Okay.
And the CIA is like, we need this information. The disk is beat up, but the information, there's some partial information on there, away from the scratches or whatever. We want to get as much information from this as possible. We'll give you 2 years.
Yeah, I'm not going to say, it's a little bit damaged. I'm not going to spin it. Like, what can I do? What can I figure out?
What can I do? Could we do some kind of imaging?
Security? All right.
Yeah. Could we do some imaging? Could we do some scattering? Could we somehow I don't think you'd want to spin the disk. I think you want it to be just like carefully placed and somehow measure it. I think if you got some physicists on the case, maybe you'd be able to do it if they got really creative. Maybe. But then the data would be like zeros and ones from the domains. If they could measure it with some scattering or some special probe or lasers, I'm not sure how it would work. So then you'd have to decode the zeros and ones. Sorry, say that again.
So I said squid, like a squid magnetometer.
Yeah. Maybe you could use... Okay, so you bring some sort of superconducting device near magnetic domains and the current switches on and off depending on the orientation.
Maybe.
But that would have to be so small. And it would be really slow to read. So... maybe
slow to read is okay if I'm talking about national security stuff.
Right, and I have 2 years to develop a technique and then read it slowly as part of a team
I think,
with funding.
I think this qualifies as national security stuff because at least Bernard thinks it does. But Lucas turns it around in like 2 days or something.
He's like 2 days.
Too fast.
Yeah. It's way too. He doesn't have a team. He doesn't have a budget. He must have a magic machine.
Quantum devices.
Okay, we don't know when the apocalypse happened. Maybe it happened in like 2100, 2200. And so you can like put, I don't know why they would have this, but you can put the disk into a reader that can read it as if it's a regular hard drive without spinning it. Why would they have this device in the silo?
Gosh, yeah. No. So the question is, would the founders have predicted that we need to have this device?
But maybe,
no way.
Maybe the tech is so good, it's like a device that can do multiple things, and it happens to be able to do this, but it wasn't designed for it.
Like a
it's
microwave
just so advanced.
Combined with an oven. Right? People in the 30s were like, a microwave and an oven, why would you put those together? But now we have microwave ovens. Wait, is that what a microwave oven is? I think that's not what that is.
Well, okay. I'm thinking, do you know this, like, they had like the... It's not. They had, like, in the Middle East or something, they found like scrolls, and it was this wet paper that was all like squished together, so they couldn't open it. Okay. So instead they did like scattering on the paper, and then used AI to like look through all the pages, and so they could read the pages without actually opening the book because it would just fall apart.
That's right.
So maybe some combination of AI and scattering, this machine exists in like a closed form.
True, but for magnetic domains, sure.
Right, and maybe you could like type into this computer like, we have a broken hard disk, please use the device to read it in like plain text, and it's like, oh, I'm an AI, I understand what's going on, and
I can figure it out.
Use this device that I have available to read it as best I can.
Even if it's not AI, because I don't think they have hinted at anything about AI in this universe. Even if it's just dumb electronics, I think that's still doable.
You think
like
so?
The AI-ness is for the pattern decomposition or recognition, one of those words.
Right. Yeah.
But the technology was already existing.
But it's so beat to shit. Like, how are we gonna?
So beat to shit.
And he does like a 2-day turnaround on this.
Well, if it's that or the mines, I'll figure it out. I wonder if Lucas just wrote he's like, I need to have results. I'm just gonna fake the data. Like, right? What's Bernard going to do? How's he going to check me?
No, that makes much more sense. He didn't he actually see what was on the hard drive? He saw it with
Lucas saw what it was before, right?
So from memory, he fakes the data. He spent all his time faking the data and said he could read it, but it's actually impossible.
As soon as Bernard leaves the room, Lucas is like in the MS Paint, like drawing up what he remembered.
yeah. Because Bernard is like, you only have you bought yourself a day. Who's like, well, I need to fabricate more data.
Okay, a day's worth of data. Here we go.
Here we go.
A day's worth of what you want to hear from me.
That is so plausible. That makes much more sense because it's so beat up. Look at that.
No chance. No chance. It's also wild that the head of IT really does not know how his devices work.
Right, because he should either know it's possible with some advanced tech that we don't see, or he should know it's impossible, it's too beat up,
Right.
I'm asking Lucas Kyle to do something impossible.
Impossible. No chance.
Yeah.
Not a hardware guy.
Yeah. Also consistent with Silo characters smashing things before they should have.
That's right.
Juliet smashes her suit, needs it later.
Which is
Bernard smashes hard
weird in
drive,
a
needs it later.
universe. Weird in a universe where resources are extremely limited. Where are you going to get a new hard drive? Don't be breaking these.
Yeah, you're
Rewrite.
definitely not going to
Right over it.
manufacturing hard drives. No chance.